I've just developed my first Android app. It's a book of fairy tales with Lettérâìd. And Lettérâìd is a scheme of phonics that I've been developing. It's an open source scheme which adds marks onto letters to make words regular. It's got a big lexicon. I've taken a book of fairy tales from Project Gutenberg, which is out of copyright. Let's actually look at some stories. Look at Little Red Riding Hood. So you can zoom in as much as you like. And every single letter here, which has got a mark on, shows that this letter is being irregular. Should we go back, find another story? There's some myths, Scandinavian myths. Let's change some of the settings. At the moment we've got normal, let's have sequential, and also let's reduce the amount of Lettérâìd so that the top 300 most common words will be ignored. And let's recognize sh, or, and so they won't be augmented now. They'll recognize them as a pair. And back to the story. Okay, so this time there's much less Lettérâìd because all the easy words have been left in black. This is as a learner progresses. And notice that the ER is now acting as a, not as a single representation of sound, but as a pair, a digraph. Let's go and have a look at some Greek myths too. So let's go to Jason and the Harpies. So we've still got the reduced amount of Lettérâìd because of the settings. I'm going to show you some of the other settings. So we can put that back to, let's say, top 30, and we'll make it in columns. Okay, so now we've got it side by side, a little bit smaller than it needs to be. And we've excluded 30 most common words. So still got a fair amount of Lettérâìd, but lots of the easy words are now being left alone. And I'll show you what it looks like when there's no colouring. So we've turned the colouring off. We've still got the grey for the silent letters. There we go. Notice we're recognising the dragon's teeth. We can choose again with those patterns whether to mark the sound as a double letter sound. I can turn that off with that. Let me go back. Yeah, we'll be restricting it just to the single letter, and so we'll say one E and a silent E.